Hello guys, hope you are doing good, safe and sound. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to share a very personalized experience which is moving countries and how I pursued my dreams, journey of an architect to become an urban designer, and was it worth the grind? How was it when you are really put into a situation where you do not know anybody, totally unknown place, and how do you perceive situations, all the things that went through the journey, and my life lessons, learnings, and also you can expect few funny things. So how I wanted to be an architect, but then eventually I found out my interest in urban design as well. How difficult or easy it is to travel overseas all by yourself, being alone in an unknown place where you actually don't know people around, and there is so much of cultural shock that you get when you switch places, when you move overseas, and then how that cultural shock becomes your I would say thrill, or you are excited to learn few things that are really amazing but totally new experience for you. And then why did I pursue my masters from New York? Why not any other city or country? And what are the things that I really wanted to teach myself when I was there? So let's start the video. So I'm a very creative individual. Mundane routine doesn't excite me. If you put me in a situation where I have challenges and I really need to keep working on myself, I will perform the best. But if you expect me to be very monotonous, that's not me, doesn't excite me. So it was back in 2018. So firstly I did my bachelor's from Chandigarh. Why I decided to be an architect early on in my life? So I remember I was doing my 10th grade, and then I realized that okay, I have an inclination towards build structures, and that the foundation was laid when I was a kid. So my grandfather was a very good interior designer, and he was into design and then craftsmanship, because back then when he used to be at work, there were no like techniques and what do you call like machine made furniture, and then using different types of pro solutions. You have to be hands on it, and you have to make your own tools, work on it like handcrafted stuff, and then you have to do your own sketches and drawings and everything. Details go into that. So he would show me all of that, and then I used to just go through those drawings and sketches and illustrations because I was a very curious mind. But later on I realized that somehow by default I got attracted towards architecture. And I found out later when I was doing my 10th grade, when I really put my mind into it, okay, what I want to do now with my career and what are the subjects I want to take for my higher studies. And I thought through the process, and I realized that okay, I want to become an architect, because I was unaware of the fact that I have developed an interest in architecture over a period of time, and listening to all those stories and how things really work behind the scenes and what it takes to build a home. But I pursued my bachelor's in Chandigarh. That was the most golden time, I would say. I got like the best of friends. The faculty was really nice. My college was also great at delivering all the information required. But I realized later on in life, when I started my career after my undergrad as a professional, that I really need to talk about the surroundings. It's not just architecture. I'm interested in what goes into our surroundings, how the landscaping is done, how the urban environment take place, what are the land use we are going to strategize. And that's when I decided that okay, this is a sign. I need to do urban designing because I wanted the best of both worlds, like architecture and urban design as well. I realized that urbanism doesn't come at the cost of creating a concrete jungle, and I do not want to be a person who is totally unaware that what really plays outside these four walls of your house and how things really work out. Because if you want to be good at your job, you really need to know what really binds it together on a city level as well, because you are creating a structure in the city. So you need to know what really serves the city and how you can make an impact in making it a better structure and better infrastructure, so that your design can somehow contribute in city planning as well, and you are not really disrupting the track and the pipeline work of any professional. You are really contributing bit by bit to it. So but the journey was not easy, because I discussed it with my dad and he was super excited, more excited than me, and he was like, you should go for it, yeah, just apply, and you can get it, you have all the talent and skill and you're so interested in all of that. But so I applied in January 2020, and that's when we got pandemic, so everything was shut. I applied by the end of Jan, and I was supposed to have an interview in the coming few weeks and over a period of a month, but then nothing really popped up in my email. So I was like, you don't know, because everybody was so uncertain that how things are really going to work, what are we going to do next, how the plan of action is going to be. So I really got very skeptical, I would say, about whether to pursue it or not. Why I chose New York and not any other city? Because I'll tell you. So it was not the fantasy about going to New York. No, it was not that, because I had been in Mumbai for a long time, and I somehow got the flavor of a metropolitan city. So I was not really fascinated by the idea of traveling to a metro. But at the same time, I was really intrigued that okay, I want to experience the urbanism and then city life of New York, because the infrastructure is so great, best transportation, I would say, and then even the housing facilities really nice, and people are cooperative, people are nice, they are helpful, very polite, I would say. And at least for me, that's my personal experience, to each one their own, of course. But I met some of the most humble and polite people, and they were really supportive, and they would try to help you out if you're asking for something, maybe a very silly thing also, you do not know any place or route or something, they will help you out. And also, what are the new things that I learned? So a lot of places I had traveled in New York. Also, New York is like a big city, you cannot cover it. I mean, I don't think so. Even being there for so many years, even being there for like a good amount of years, I do not think I traveled enough, because New York itself has got so many avenues, and like every grade has different flavor to it. So grid means the streets and the roads that really bifurcate the city onwards. So every grade, when you walk into, you get a different New York, because you feel that okay, this has cafes of different cuisines, and there are different communities, and then you move to the next grade, you see people with different tastes and interest, and then a whole lot of architectural difference also each grid has. So you get to experience and witness different architecture within one city, and that is, I think, a game of that city. Yeah, I would say they have really made it. And also it was after I landed and I was there for a few weeks, I got to know that I have very close family friends living just right next to me. So that was a cherry on the cake, because I happened to somehow get a second family there. So yes, you don't miss home much then, because you know you have a family here, and you kind of know that okay, your weekends are not boring anymore. Okay, now I'll tell you, was it worth the grind moving overseas? Yes, it was worth it, because when I was flying, the first day when I took the flight, I knew that okay, I am going to be there all by myself, and there is no looking back in terms of in the tenure of that masters. I have to get it done in time with distinction, and then keeping a track of my grades, my performance as a designer there, making sure that I'm investing time, effort, and acknowledging the information that I'm getting by my faculty, and I should make best use of both the words like architecture and urban design. So yeah, it was worth the grind. I happened to meet so many people, and then you get a cultural flavor of the city. And of course, it's a cosmopolitan city, so many people travel from Latin America, then Korea, China, and Australia, India itself. So I mean, you are meeting people from different horizons of the world. So the latitudes and the longitudes are actually coming in one place, and you are getting to interact with people who have different stories, different backgrounds, and then you share a room full of intellect, and you are trying to make things work out for yourself. Suddenly an email popped on my phone, and a notification came that we have reviewed your application and we would like to run an interview. And I was like, what? So that what was excitement and plus surprising for me, because after January I got to hear in June, because they were also trying to figure out how, when they will do a batch. So I had an interview. So then I had my interview scheduled in June itself. So my professor happened to be the one who took my interview, and I was really humbled by the input I got for my interview, and he was really positive about whatever I delivered, and he was like, okay, we got it. And I was really like, I knew somewhere I cracked it, but at the same time I was not setting any hope for future. And then next day itself I got the email saying that you have been selected, and that's when the journey started. So then I processed my visa and everything, but I could not do first semester from New York, so I had to be in India only. So I did my first semester in India because it was pandemic, and I was really unsure whether I should fly now or not. I wanted it to settle a bit because the sessions were online, so there was no point in going there and sitting. Meanwhile, I worked on my software skills, and I worked on visa and everything, and I did not go for any external help for my visa application. My visa got done in, I remember, January, like the next Jan. So it was a whole year of experiences, and then balancing between excitement and then new learnings, new teachings, and then getting yourself all buckled up for that big change in your life. And then I remember I landed New York in January. It was towards the end of Jan, and it was an experience that I cannot explain in words, because it's not because the city is beautiful, the infrastructure, people are really warm and nice and everything. No, but that feeling of achieving something that you really worked on for a year. It was not a cakewalk for me. People who think that okay, she might just have applied, happened overnight, and okay, she took the flight and went there. No, I had gone for a reason, not to roam around. I had a major responsibility of getting my masters done on time, and between so and so stats and I have to maintain a certain level and a grade. And at the same time, it was really challenging because the curriculum was very fast. You have to really work day and night to make the assignments happen because masters is a tedious job. And that was the time that I really enjoyed. I mean, I would say the best of the best time I had was when I was in New York. I made a lot of good friends, some acquaintances, some friends, and I have very close family friends still there, and I talk to them and really miss them because now I've come back to India. And I would definitely say that when I was doing my masters, I met a lot of people from different fraternities. So that really give you a sense of embracing different cultures. Also, during my masters, I worked as an orientation leader. So what is an orientation leader? So when you are working for freshmen to enter in a college. Freshmen are the new students that are taking admissions or acquiring about admissions, and there is a department student department, which really works on creating events, doing online sessions, replying to all the queries and emails, and then making things happen for those freshmen. I would say we had a ball working in the orientation event. I mean, come on, I had some of the best memories of that time, and still I am in touch with the people who were with me in that whole process of like 2 to 3 months. And we met faculties who were so welcoming and warm. Let me tell you that they have been working there. They were like a senior faculties, but they made us feel so much involved and engaged in every single step that we were following, that we never felt really that okay, we have just started off. So all the faculty in my master was really good at it, and I must say they really worked hard towards making sure that their graduates are actually being polished and you're honed well, so that you can really perform your way out when you are out in the market. And at master's level, things are very streamlined for you, but at the same time they're fast, so you need to cope up fast with them. You really be on your toes if you want to crack it and you get the distinction in your degree written. Engage with people, socialize, make new friends, go out, and then try to be a familiar face in your college, because I think because of my orientation leader designation, so many new students knew me. I was meeting people every day. New faces were coming in recognition, faculties, and you meet the administration. God has been kind, and I was really blessed to pursue my dream. I would say when you travel from Amritsar, like from India to overseas, there are things that you really enjoy. Of course, you miss home, and then you get to talk to people. I was just curious, and that curiosity made me learn so many things. Never ever hesitate to ask questions, because if you're asking questions, that means you are putting your mind into it and you're really thinking through it. What else? I think I discussed most of it, and yeah, now I'm gonna edit you and put you on the internet, and then we will see. Also, there is a very important announcement. I'm starting with a podcast series which is called Architects and Urban Designers, Imagination to Reality. So it's not gonna be something where I'm only speaking and you have to listen. No, I'm going to invite some guest speakers which are really good in their work, have years of experience as an architect or urban designer, or working on sustainability or different aspects of the industry, and they have really made an impression I mean, their footprints are so remarkable that listening to them makes a whole lot of difference. And people who are trying to pursue architecture in the future or are interested in sustainability, because green buildings are the future, people can really learn from them. They are some are my colleagues, and then my professors, my good friends, who are going to be a part of those podcasts, and we are going to flow our conversations about their experience, how they started off, what was their journey, learnings. And so yeah, that's about it. So I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be coming with more podcast videos, that is podcast series, soon. And yeah, I think you're gonna like it. Love and light to all of you.